Is this where the excess fabric goes? So you have to put something underneath it to catch it, or does it not matter?
Usually there's a little trash can underneath there, but it's Otis, you know.
In the other room there was just like,
you press the button and it goes really fast. Danielle would know. Not nitrous. That stuff you put in your car to like turbocharge it. What's it called?
Can somebody grab me like a little piece of fabric?
Yeah,
we go ahead and close that.
What's it called?
So we have to make chain skirts.
Perfect. Yes, always make sure you have a chain here.
Why?
Because if you don't have a chain here, then it's liable to unthread it or something. So you always have, this is like your...
It's like when you pull the
yes.
In a quarter-mile trick. Take it home.
Okay. This is your knife. Gets a little tight.
Oh, okay. It's not anything, it's just everything.
Yeah.
The thing on the right side, that's the knife.
Yeah, see that right there?
Oh, how will you get your finger cut? Like that. Like, you know,
like that. And then you clip that off.
Yeah, I don't think it's not that scary.
Is there a measuring?
No.
No, is it all by itself?
Does it all by itself.
No,
It cuts it and sews it.
The numbers, yeah.
Are the numbers
Can you show us how you do like a little hand journal?
Yeah, then just take that, press it, fold it up, and you do a hem.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
what is it? It stops it from like fringing?
Yeah. And what this is, I mean, if you have your muslin,
So that it's not all like...
yeah. So usually on your knit it's fine. Even if you want to do it, you can do it double. And see, that's the little knife. See, so it's going to cut all this off.
See that one?
And then when you're done, you very gently hold on to your fabric. Don't pull on it. And then just keep stitching until you have a tail. Leave a nice little tail. Like that. This is the top side of your overlock. The top, that's the right side. If you flip it over, that's sort of the wrong side. And this is a seam finish. It cuts it and seam finishes it. This is a little bit tight. Yeah, we can kind of pull it a little bit.
on the right side of that?
Yeah, and then you can give this a little press and kind of pull it.
Do you leave this here?
Yeah, and you always leave this here for the next person.
I have a question.
Yes.
What would be the remedy to the tightness?
It's it's one of these, and I think it's this one because this one's really tight.
Just a knot, maybe? Just a tension.
But they say not to just tension.
Yeah, and they don't want you to touch them because they're kind of set up for the junior stuff, and so yeah. And that's it. Just always leave this tail. Keep your finger away from this knife. Keep your fabric, like when you're doing your work like this, make sure some of your other work isn't sneaking in there. It cuts it. It's not fun, okay? So you have to be really careful when you're using this machine, because not only, if it doesn't cut off your finger, it cuts off your fabric, and that's pretty bad.
You're like going along,
You
like
rub
shoving it all in there.
Imagine you're like going, and you like lift it up, and like half of your face is gone. You're like,
Big smiley face cat.
It's not fun.
and then it's sewn to the rest of it or something.
Yeah. And see, like I said,
This is now
always make sure that these cones are attached. See, like this, just make sure, because sometimes somebody cuts them and then they put them back, but they haven't pulled it through. A lot of times they do in the industry, they'll go ahead and tie the knots, and they're so confident in their knots that they'll leave them, like the knots will be here, and then they just sew, and the knots go through the machine. I don't ever do that.
No.
I want to make sure, and if it comes out, then all you have to do is you have those little tweezers, and then you can, it's not that hard to thread. It really is. It's just time consuming. You just go through all of the little holes. Those last two needles are the hard ones, and if you do have to rethread it, you just always start from the right and thread the green one first, the yellow one, and then the red, because there's a certain way when the loopers loop, just like, you know, when you knit and you've got to drop one and add the other one, but if you do it the other way it doesn't work. It's kind of the same thing with this. You've got to make sure that you do it the right way, because sometimes you could thread it and it might not thread right.
I have a question.
Yes.
When you're sewing, does the threads ever like break on itself?
Not too often. Sometimes if something like gets something gets caught in the way or something like that, or maybe there's like a bad thread and it's got something. Sometimes it happens.
It breaks, yeah, because it happens in the other machine.
Yeah. But like I said, what I want to do today is we're going to do the little T-shirts, and I want some of you to kind of learn how to thread it, you know, to make sure you guys know how, because it's like a junior, it's like the best thing is if you know how to thread these. You're like, you know, somebody will pay you lots of money. I know you. You're the, yeah. Help me thread the machine.
Be good at something, never do it for free.
Yeah.
Are you gonna show us the 4 needles?
Yeah, I have 2 white threads, white cones. I borrowed some white cones from the other room, so I gotta go borrow those again so I can set up that one. But it's the same thing. But go ahead and use this. Don't worry too much. I know I've said I don't want to rethread it, but if anything goes wrong, I'll show you how to rethread it. Like I said, there is